You are listening to the Love and Money podcast with Shakira, and today I'm going to talk to you about meme stocks and then go into a little bit about definition of what they are. So the meme stocks, they have hit mainstream media, but they've been working undercover for a while now before it even hit mainstream media. Um, and so what the concept of meme stocks is, it means that it spreads rapidly from person to person via the internet. So that is the definition of meme stock, spreading rapidly from person to person via the internet. So essentially, there are people on the internet and they say, hey, everybody, let's buy such and such stock. And then they spread that to each other throughout the internet. They pick one stock, and hence it's called the meme stock. It's being spread rapidly from person to person via the internet. So you're familiar with the meme stocks of the past, which have been GameStop, AMC, BlackBerry, and there are several others. And this was initiated by Wall Street Bets, whom you are familiar with. It is comprised of 10.6 million people who have accumulated on the internet at one site, and that is 10.6 million people. So they've been at this for a while. It just hit mainstream, but they've been at this for a while to accumulate that many people. So with GameStop, the history of GameStop is it started at $3 per share. Then it went all the way up to $300 per share. Then it went down to $190 per share. But for those people that got in when it was $3 and watched it go all the way up to $300, they made a lot of money. And so essentially, these stocks, they essentially don't have any fundamentals, any good fundamentals, or any good intrinsic value. But it's just the fact that 10.6 million people are buying it and artificially making that price rise. And they're getting a whole lot of money out of the meme stocks. Now, since it has hit mainstream media, other people are catching on to what they are doing, and they are essentially trying to slow it down because this is about who gets the money. Are the retail investors going to get the money, or are the hedge funds going to get the money? So that is essentially what that is about, and they are trying to slow them down. The latest meme stocks that have come out, such as Wendy's and Cloverleaf, they have not been doing so well, and that is because some companies, what they do is when they find out what stock the people are focusing on, they try to jump in and they try to short that stock. They try to short that stock. And so essentially, they are trying to slow down what the group is doing and what the group has been very successful at in the past before it hit mainstream media. So we're familiar with the GameStop, the AMC, and the BlackBerry, but there are also a dozen other meme stocks that they have selected and picked out. And so the meme stock revolution, even though they are trying to dissipate it and weaken it, the meme stock revolution, uh, it will continue to last and it will continue to thrive just because of the fact that there are so many people in it. Like I said before, this is 10.6 million people working together. Also, with the fact that the stock market is very strong right now, causing stock prices to rise in general because of all the things that are going on as a result of the pandemic. And that is things that are making the stock prices rise artificially are the stimulus checks that are going out to all these millions of people, which it allows more people to buy things. Um, Even though some people have chosen to keep their money and pay off debt and invest with it, other people are buying things that they don't need. For example, standing in line for Coach bags, things like that. That makes the stock prices artificially rise. Also, the help from the Federal Reserve policy. Um, as you know, the government they poured in a lot of money into the stock market to prevent the stock market from crashing with the pandemic, and so this also caused the stock market prices to rise artificially. Um, and it helps people who are it protected investors. And then also rising wages have also made the stock market strong, artificially causing the stock prices to rise. So with these three factors, the stimulus checks, the help from the Federal Reserve, and the rising wages have all resulted in stock prices hitting record highs, and they also buffer the meme stocks. Even though companies have jumped in to try to slow down what people are doing with the meme stocks, these other factors make the stock market very strong and the potential for stock prices to rise. Hence, the meme stock revolution will continue to be around, and it will not be um, dissipated or weakened, even though that is what they are attempting to do. So, this is what is going on with the meme stocks and in the stock market. These are the things that are going on. As you know, Robinhood, they restricted trading for GameStop. That was also in mainstream media. They restricted trading for GameStop, and the traders were not happy with that. So they sued Robinhood, and this resulted in a settlement of a total of $70 million. And so people who were trading on Robinhood, they collected money in the form of checks sent out to sent out to each of them. So this was involving the meme stock known as GameStop. So this is what's going on with meme stocks. The meme stocks will still be here. The group will not be dissipated because there are so many of them. And just keep your eye out. This is what is going on with the meme stocks. So this is Shakira with the Love and Money podcast. If you like this podcast, please share it with one other person. And please hit the like and subscribe button on your way out. It helps the algorithm. Thank you for listening.